Got it. Good morning from the Mountain Home News. We're over here in a local resident's house that is the brother of Miss Angela that is traveling from the west to the east coast on a fundraiser and to bring awareness to children's
childhood hunger.
So first I'm going to have Angela tell you a little bit of her story and why she did that, and then we'll go from there. So Angela, would you please tell us why you decided to do this?
Since I've been 11 years old, I've wanted to do a horse trek cross country. And I've never been hungry myself, but I've seen a lot of hungry children, and as a truck driver, I see them in the streets and in the towns across America, and I always wish to help them, but what could I do? Well, I decided to combine my dream of doing a horse trek cross country with raising awareness of childhood hunger in America. A child who is hungry in America doesn't develop emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, or intellectually as much as he should. They just don't develop correctly. So I decided to do my 2 cents worth by traveling across America and raising awareness that there are hungry children in America.
So when did you start this trek?
August 2nd, 2018.
And you started from?
Liberty, Kentucky.
Wow, so you've been on the road approximately how long now?
Almost a year. Tomorrow will be a year.
So you're going to make your way to the west coast, and what's your stopping turnaround point?
Well, I was going to go to Washington State, but the time frame, I've had to stop too much, and too much rain, too much stuff like this. So I am now going to go probably towards Albany, California, which is just north of Sacramento.
Okay, so your stop there will be just a simple turnaround and do this again.
It'll be a simple turnaround and head back.
So your estimated time of arrival to get yourself back home is?
August of 2020, hopefully.
So along the way, you've had to have places for the boys, as we see in the backyard, taking a much-deserved break. How do you set up your host stops and places you need to be to give these horses a rest?
A lot of times I just knock on doors. I ride along, and when I get close to a place where my miles is where I need to stop, I start knocking on people's doors asking, hey, this is what I'm doing. A childhood hunger awareness trek cross country. May I stop and use your pens or your field or your backyard? And that's got me almost all the way across America.
How's the reception been? I mean, what's people's comments when you show on the door and here I am and my horsey and wagon?
A lot of them say I'm crazy, but I wish I could do it. A lot of them were like, oh yes, perfectly, come on in. And I've had quite a few no's too, who they don't understand that, you know, what I'm doing, and that all I need is food and water for the horses. And most of the time I carry my own food.
So it doesn't take much. It can be a pink pool or just about anything. Just a place where. So you talk about your boys. You've talked over and over about boys. What are your boys' names? You know.
Okay. This paint right here, the brown and white one, that's Renegade. He's 17 years old, and I've had him since he was a 6-month-old colt. So I've basically raised and trained him all the way across the board. This one right here is Starbuck. I first met him when he was 3-4 years old. The vet wasn't quite sure, and he was starved to death. I mean, literally, he was down so far that he couldn't even get up, couldn't even raise his head. And the rescue that rescued him, Dancing Cloud Horse Farms in Meigs, Georgia, I was with the volunteer group. I went out with the truck and trailer, and we basically picked him up and carried him to the trailer. Wow. 4 women picked up a full-grown 4-year-old horse and carried him to the trailer.
So he's a rescue himself.
So he's a starvation case rescue himself.
So what is your normal occupation? What do you do when
I'm a truck driver.
So when you're not tripping across the state with 8 legs of horse, you've got a big rig that you're doing.
Yeah, I travel with 18 wheels, and I do all 48 states.
Wow. So how did you prepare yourself to be off this amount of time? Because we're talking August of 18 to
August of 2020.
Yeah, 2020. To get yourself in a position to be able to do this? Was there fundraisers in advance?
No. What I did is I worked for 3 years nonstop. I went home 12 times in 3 years to save up enough money to do this trek. This is self-funded with the generosity of the American people helping.
So you yourself just camp along with your horses. It's not like you stop and stay in a hotel.
I have yet to stay in a hotel.
Wow. So it's just kind of landing where you do and doing what you do. Now I understand too, I've done a little bit of reading that you have a fundraiser going.
I do.
It's
NoKidHungry.org.
NoKidHungry.org. Okay.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to raise $1 per mile.
How's it doing right now?
Right now I've got 3,755 in it, and I've done 3,800 and I think 10 miles.
So you're pretty close to your goal.
So I'm pretty close, and I'm trying to raise $7,000.
So the opportunity to have our readers and our viewers see this is they could go to this website and make a donation if they would like to.
Right. I'll give you my link later on, but you have to go to my link, which is Childhood Hunger, on there. I don't know the exact name of it because I never have to touch it.
Yeah.
I just go to the link and hit the link.
Right.
But yeah, you can go to my. It's in the creative section, creative fundraising section. You can go there and you can click on it and put in, just donate. It's really
so
easy.
when you get back to the East Coast, then you'll just make a presentation to this organization that
the money goes directly to the organization.
So they have access to it already.
Right.
If they needed to.
It goes directly to them because I didn't want nobody saying, "Hey, I didn't put the money in."
Right.
So when people hand me a $20 bill or a $5 bill or a $2 bill, I put it in one pile. If they say it's for the kids, if they say it's for the horses, it goes to another pile. If it says it's for both, I put it in the third pile.
Nice.
And at the end of the month, I add it all up, throw it in my bank account, and then I put it on the account.
Transfer it where it needs to be.
I transfer it to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way I can figure out how to do it.
Well, we really admire you. We're lucky that you were able to stop here. Her brother Chris, like I say, is a local resident here in Mountain Home. Chris, say hi.
Hi.
He's been the one that we've been communicating for about the last month, knowing that Angela was coming in, and we just wanted an opportunity to let the community know that, you know, this is going on this summer. You plan on having a rest from today, Thursday, until you're pulling out again Sunday morning?
Sunday or Monday morning. I haven't quite decided yet. Depends on what my boys look like. They pushed pretty hard this last week. They've done 110 miles this last week.
Wow. Have you set up anything with the city, possibly at Carmiller Park or someplace like that, where there would be a place where the community could visit you?
No, I haven't. I haven't thought about that. I'd love to do it if I could figure out how to set it up. I mean, I'd love for people to meet and greet. Right.
Well, if we do get an opportunity for you to do that, then we'll add that to the website so that people can see where you're going to be. You know, if anybody gives us or Chris or you gives us the information of when you're pulling out Sunday or Monday morning, you know, that would be an opportunity for people to see on your route. Where are you heading out from here? What route are you anticipating?
I'm probably heading down Highway, 51?
Towards Bruno?
Towards Bruno, yes.
Okay, that's a hot trek.
Yeah, it's been really hard on the boys this heat.
Yeah.
I have 18-gallon water tanks underneath my wagon. I water my boys every 5 miles in this heat.
Okay, well, we're going to take a walk up front and let Angela give you a little bit of description of her wagon and how she's handling it in there, and so you can see what she's exactly traveling in. Well, we're back, and this is where Angela has her wagon parked out front. We'll kind of give you a little view of it going around, and this little guy you're seeing here is her traveling partner. So we'll let Angela tell you about him. Her, okay. This
is Shati. She's a 7-year-old Chihuahua from a rescue center, not a rescue center, a kill pound, a kill shelter.
Wow.
And she was on her last legs, had only like 3 hours left to live when I rescued her.
So how's she done on the trip?
She loves it. Well, not so much the cold, but she loves the trip. She loves the traveling. She's been my companion when I was driving my truck, and you can tell she's perfectly comfortable moving in and out of my wagon.
So this is absolutely what you live in 24/7. It's got your bed, the whole shebang. Well, I admire you, lady, for your endurance and the challenge that you've taken on. We in Mountain Home again welcome you here. We're glad to see you here. And we wish you the best, and we hope everybody gets the opportunity to see her as she travels to town. Again, it's either going to be Sunday or Monday morning that she'll be pulling out. So any additional information that we get, I'll post it online to go with the rest of this stuff. But congratulations. Job well done, lady. Thank you.
Thank you.